Recently, the Massachusetts Water Resources Authority, which oversees water and sewer services in part of the state, is considering a proposal that would change the water classification. We'll explain this of the Charles, specifically allowing disgusting, unhealthy sewage releases to continue at least some of us think, at an inappropriate level in the river. Talk about what's at stake. We're joined now in Studio 3 by Emily Norton. Emily's the executive director of the Charles River Watershed Association, and Patrick Herron, the executive director of the Mystic River Watershed Association. Tell us what the current state of wastewater and sewage dumping in our rivers. Let's start with you, Emily. Where are we today as we sit here?
Today, we are much better off than we were. Those of us who live in the area and have been here a long time remember when the harbor was disgusting and it reeked. The Charles was disgusting. I grew up in Newton. I remember those days. And so we want to applaud the progress that we have made. The issue here is that the work is not done. And so we're saying, why would we quit before we have finished? The Clean Water Act in 1972 promised fishable, swimmable rivers. By 1983, folks know we do not routinely swim in the Charles. It is not safe enough for that. So what we're saying is, let's finish the job. Let's not declare mission accomplished before we have actually cleaned up the Charles and eliminated these sewage discharges, which happen every time we have a large, and sometimes not even that large, a rainstorm.
The only reason they're doing this is because of the bottom line. I mean, my understanding from reading a story is, while they've spent almost $1 billion so far, $900 million, the MWRA, their proposal would cost a third of $1 billion. Yours would cost $2.5 billion. Is it all about the bottom line that separates you? Emily, you're nodding in agreement.
Yes, they think that people do not want to spend the money. And I will just remind...
Why do you think they do?
I think because,
having
been to some of their board meetings, these are not easy to get to. The public do not go to them. And I think they're not hearing from the public the way we are. What we're saying is, let's have a public conversation. And yes, $2 billion sounds like a lot of money. How many people know that just 15 years ago, the MWRA spent over $200 million, which in today's dollars would have been $309 million, on one CSO in Dorchester, and that has now made Carson, that beach safe for swimming. Where was the rending of garments over making that beach swimmable? The big, expensive projects are what the MWRA do. So it sounds like a lot.
And they could borrow the money, obviously.
They borrow the money over 30 years, over 2 million people. Like this, let's have a conversation about what the actual rate impacts would be. And keep in mind, large institutions pay a lot more than your individual homeowner. We have not heard what those rate impacts will be.